Hello and welcome to Losers Watch Love Island. I'm Brandon.
No, I'm Crista.
And we're going to talk about episodes 18 and 19 of Love Island USA Season 6.
Go for the recap.
Okay, episode 17, we're still in Casa and the villa with new boys and new girls. Pretty much the big event of that was the game where you were challenged to do kisses on people for various reasons. And it ended with everyone kissing each other like it was the last night ever, and it was really gross.
Had to recap that again.
Yeah, because it was gross.
It was gross.
Yeah. And then the preview of that episode showed Cordell in bed with a lady. Not
a lady with Daya, because we knew it's going to be her.
Shut up.
Because he was already with her before.
Quiet you.
And then we start with Kendall being the villain of this episode.
Or the hero hyping Cordell up.
By being a dick to Serena. I don't like that. Again, you can hype people up without throwing everybody else down for no reason.
Yeah.
I think he's being a dick, and he's trying to hype people up by making other people be shitty. Like, sound shitty, and that's not fair. Like, you can't say shitty things about everybody else just to hype someone up.
And she's not there to defend herself or anything.
And she didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Like, if she was super shitty, I would understand. But she hasn't done anything wrong. So Kendall's just being a dick.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dislike.
Yeah. He's obsessed with Cordell and Daya, though.
And everybody else. And
is it Daya or Daya?
Daya.
My bad.
And he's obsessed with Aaron and Stupid Girl and, like...
Daniela.
He's just shitty.
Yeah.
I don't like Kendall anymore. He's bugging me.
So they chat, they leave. We jump over to Miguel and Sierra talking in bed. And then we jump from Miguel to Leah, who's complaining to Serena about Miguel loving challenges, which they just got through. And she's just like, he loves the kissing challenges. He's probably all over that. Ugh.
She's so annoying. Everything she says is stupid.
Agreed.
And then we have Cordell being shitty because he said he's talking to Daya, about how it'll take a lot to turn my head. But you're right there. You already turned your head.
Yeah.
It's done. It doesn't matter.
Fool.
Like, you've been sleeping in bed, kissing, doing all this stuff. Like, no matter what, the minute Serena finds out, there's no forgiveness. And she shouldn't forgive him.
Yeah, I agree.
Done. Boop. You screwed yourself. So that was a stupid thing for you to say.
Mm-hmm.
Bugged me.
Yeah, he's got to commit at this point because he's already gone too far.
Yeah, like, you're already done now with Serena regardless. So just move on.
Yeah. We jump over to Rob talking to a new girl. He's talking to Sydney. We haven't seen them talk yet.
I didn't think that was very notable.
It was. And
No.
he says that he's a chill guy. And Sydney's like, no, you're intimidating. And I agree.
It was just another awkward conversation where he's awkward.
Yep. But then he saw a giant beetle from far away. And then he ran and he grabbed it. And it was kind of cool. And she was not into it. Yeah.
And then Jacoby asks Janae slyly to share a bed.
Yeah.
She says yes.
And now she's not going to sleep with Josiah. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and she's still putting up a pillow fort, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's not changing.
Mm-hmm.
And then George asked Liv to share a bed, and she said yes there, too. We didn't see any of their conversation.
Go, George.
Yeah.
You sweet, handsome fella.
Yeah.
We also had a moment of Cordell and Daya, and they were talking about his penis, and that's inappropriate. Anyway.
I don't care about them anymore. They're not on my radar of people to talk about. Because they're stupid.
So, at that time, the villa, Janae and Jacoby, Leah and Ignacio, Liv and George, Kane and Nicole, and then we had our usual two, Kayla and Serena, sleeping outside because they're respectful.
And then we end the night with Cordell and Daya being gross under the blanket before the lights even go out.
Sure.
And then we wake up in the morning to Cordell and Daya awkwardly with the lights on and her sitting on top of him for far too long and him grabbing her ass. And it was weird.
Yeah.
Because everybody was still in the beds staring at them and the lights are on.
Yeah.
Can you fucking relax?
So they shared a bed, and then Kenny slept with Catherine. Kendall was with Destiny. Rob was with Sydney now. And Miguel is with Sierra still.
I don't write any of this down because it's just not notable.
Well, they keep changing, so it's notable.
No.
Maybe it'll be new people coming back. Every day it changes. Rob could bring another girl home. Kayla woke up crying as usual. A lot of crying from Kayla. I won't mention it every time, but I wrote it down a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't write it down at all. This episode was very boring.
Until the
Nothing.
disgusting part happens.
Nothing.
We'll talk.
But nothing happened. Everybody was boring. It was the same 5 conversations over and over again.
But then there was a little drama with Ignacio made breakfast for Jacoby to bring to Janae, and then Josiah stole it like a piece of shit. The fight over this is stupid.
It wasn't a fight. He just took it and walked away. What do you mean fight?
Well, no, but like they're fighting over Janae or whatever. You know? They're trying to impress and fight and battle it out, whatever. Aaron made Daniela Breck eat, and then this is kind of like a turning point where he's like missing Kaylor. And then we jump over to Kenny, which is weird because this is where we start seeing Kenny and having him talk and be a character we follow, I guess, instead of just Janae's new boyfriend. And then he says he hasn't stopped thinking about Janae. Yeah.
I got nothing because none of this was
notable
at all interesting.
Yeah,
it was a very boring episode.
Until the next part where Kaylor and Rob got a text and they're going to compete in a game, a 4th of July special game.
I mean, this was only half notable because I didn't watch half of it because it was disgusting.
Yeah, it was really, really gross. They had 3 rounds and they had to all line up. And at the first round, it was moving hot dogs down the line with only your mouths and into a bucket. And then you filled it up. And then round 2, they had to drink a lot of ketchup and mama bird it down the entire line and then spit it into a bucket. And that was the most disgusting thing in the world. And then the third round was pulled pork, doing the mama birding thing. And it was super gross. Jacoby's face was hilarious. He expressed how I felt on the inside. And
that's because he was last in the line.
Yeah.
That would be the worst spot to be.
Yeah, I agree. Ugh.
And Rob said that pulled pork should never be that wet. It was just gross.
Yeah, it was disgusting. The Villa won.
Casa only won the ketchup challenge because everybody on the Villa was gagging too much.
So
this was disgusting. And that was that. And that was a gross game. And I never want to watch it again. And I know I've seen it before, but it's never been like liquid.
Yeah.
Like it was never ketchup.
So
that was bad. They've done like other foods, or I've seen like a drink. But like I think passing lemonade through your mouth or whatever isn't as disgusting as ketchup. Somehow ketchup is worse.
You're going to make me throw up again.
And it was gross.
Ugh. We go back to the villas and stuff, and they get ready for the evening time. There's not too much. No, actually there is later, but we're going to start off with Josiah and Janae chatting. And they're just Josiah's trying to get in there and be like, choose me. And then Jacoby comes up and he literally steals Janae from that conversation.
Neither of them have personalities, so.
Well, they don't get to express it enough on the few days they're here.
Yeah, but even their conversations, they just don't have personalities. I don't know. They're boring people, I think.
I think they like to jump us to go from like Janae to Kenny and Kaylor to Aaron and like back and forth so much that we don't actually get to see any conversations.
I don't know. I think we see lots of conversations. I just don't think we see the boring people.
Okay.
Like, I think you see them for 2 seconds and then they move on. But I think like conversations that matter, we see. Like we saw a lot of Aaron and Dummy. We saw them talk quite a bit.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, it's just, but their conversations are more bad and interesting. And Jacoby and Josiah being like, I like you, just isn't TV worthy.
I guess. We jump around from the couples, going from Aaron to Kaylor, Cordell to Serena. We get Kenny talking to Catherine for the first time that we see, actually.
Which was also a boring conversation.
We get Liv talking to Kane. So that's a new connection for her. And I thought it would be hilarious if they coupled up and then won the whole game because it's Love Island USA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're going to share a bed that night. Or are they? Dun, 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 because Kaylor got a text. The girls got a video story from Casa.
1 minute of Aaron in the lip gloss. Or
Cordell
in the lip gloss scene.
Yeah.
And then Aaron biting an arm.
The Cordell lip gloss scene cuts right before he kisses her.
Yeah, but you know they did. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
We know.
They know too.
Yeah.
Do you want me to kiss it on you so it's not like you put it on? Yeah, I'd be down. Obviously, like it's not. You don't need to show it.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
And then it jumps to Cordell and Dea in the bed,
That
dry humping. And we get Aaron chatting with Daniela and rubbing her feet.
and biting her arm.
Biting her arm, and then they're talking in Spanish.
And then Kendall being a prick once again.
And
But
then,
on video this time so that Nicole can see that he's a prick.
Yeah, it jumps to Kendall's commentary over that situation. Yeah, then it shows Kendall's like reaction to Aaron kissing Daniela, but it doesn't show Aaron kissing Daniela.
Yeah.
So that's where the video ends. And then we don't stop talking about it or watching it for the entire night, and it's nothing but crying.
Mm-hmm. And Nicole mad that Cordell's a dick.
Yeah.
Which is the only important part.
Yeah.
Or Kendall.
Yeah. Nicole's mad at Kendall. Everyone's
also mad at Cordell. And
everyone's mad at everyone.
Yeah.
I noted that it was the most opposite reactions of Kaylor crying her eyes out and Serena just getting pissed.
Well, because I would be too.
Yeah.
And Serena's whole thing is this keeps happening to her all the time. Like, I would also be over it at that point where it's like, I don't even want to cry for you. You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over it. Fuck off. Don't talk to me ever again. And we already know that Kaylor's going to forgive Aaron. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what happens. She's going to forgive him.
That's your theory.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I'm calling it.
I don't want to argue because I agree with you. It's probably going to happen.
But I know Serena's not going to forgive Cordell. That's done.
Okay.
Serena's too, like, strong of a human to deal with it, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Kaylor keeps rewatching the video over and over again, and at one point, they want to figure out what Aaron is saying to Daniela, and they call Ignacio over, and he translates the Spanish for them. So then they got a little Spanish spy, dun dun dun. And then she keeps watching it over and over and over again.
Get the rest of your complaints about Kaylor and Serena out.
Nope.
I know there's more.
I'm fine with Serena's reaction. Kaylor's just a crybaby. She has been this entire time.
Yeah, but she said that at the beginning, that she was an emotional person and a crybaby.
Yeah. And then that episode's over right there. And then we get a tomorrow night.
But we did our prediction.
Well, we get the tomorrow night first. Where we see Rob and Daniela. What? They're talking? And then that's it. Okay, predictions.
That was the whole prediction.
That was the whole preview.
I don't ever write down the previews. I don't remember them. I don't think they're important. We go to the next episode.
Shush. One day we'll catch up. And it won't be every 2 episodes.
We will not. Go ahead.
Who do you think is bringing people back from Casa? We'll start that.
No, not every man. I said Kendall alone for sure.
Yep.
Kenny alone.
Yep.
Aaron alone.
Oh.
I wrote Aaron alone.
Okay.
And then I put Cordell's obviously bringing that stupid bitch back. Rob's bringing Daniela. And I wrote Miguel's bringing Sierra.
Okay. I wrote Cordell bringing Dea back. Kendall alone. Kenny alone. Rob bringing back Sydney. But then this preview made me all question it. And then I thought Aaron was going to bring back Daniela. And Miguel brings back Sierra.
And then Serena, Kaylor, Nicole, Leah, I put alone. Live with Kane and Janae alone.
Okay. I thought that the girls were going to bring a bunch of people home. So I thought Liv was going to bring Kane, Janae and Jacoby, Kaylor and Jalen, Serena, maybe Josiah, but I figured she was actually going to be alone. Leah and Ignacio, and Nicole alone.
Your prediction about Kaylor was stupid.
Well, I thought she'd just jump on and like bring a boy home.
But she's too emotional. She's too sensitive and emotional to just like forget her feelings and be like, okay, let me just bring someone else. She's not that person.
Well, like just have them there to
But that's shitty for that person.
Well, yeah,
because she doesn't want to even couple up with them, you know? Like, and there's no girls in the villa right now that obviously any of those guys
can go.
Yeah. So it's like,
but then
being mean to them, kind of.
The guys bring back the Casa girls, and then Aaron dumps Daniela for Kaylor again, and then Jalen and Daniela might get together. Who knows?
He's ugly.
There's a lot.
He's not getting together with anyone.
I know, you're so mean. He's not that ugly.
He is ugly. He's not that ugly.
He's a handsome-ish fella.
He has gross skin.
He's a handsome-ish fella.
No.
Yeah. The Casa boys were not very attractive as a whole.
None of them were. And like, George was the best looking one somehow, and he was too nice. Nobody was going to like him. which is sad.
Poor George.
Yeah.
Like,
he was the nicest person in the world. When he brought 2 of them breakfast. That was so sweet.
Yeah, he brought back Kaler. No, that's the next. That's this episode. Episode 19.
Yes, he brings whoever he slept with breakfast, and then he also says, Kaler, I know you've had a really rough night, so I also made you breakfast. It was so sweet.
Yeah.
It was Liv. He brought Liv breakfast.
Yes.
I thought that was very sweet, but he was never going to get picked because he's too nice. Too nice. Can't be nice on the show. You gotta be a dick.
Apparently. Episode 19, we open on Kaler crying. Same exact thing. I did note that Serena being mad at Cordell and yelling about she thought he was so mature or whatever. He's 22. Calm down.
You can still be mature and be 22.
You're 22. I don't expect a lot out of a 22-year-old.
You're 34, and
I expect more out of me. Yeah. Then we noted that Kaler spirals for the rest of the night into insanity.
Yep.
Into screaming, into all of the emotions. She's really growing through it. And then we jump over to the Casa side, where they can literally hear Kaler screaming.
So he knows.
So he knows something's up. And Aaron says, like, that's Kaler.
Yeah. She doesn't sound happy.
And then we get a convo between Rob and Aaron, where Rob asks Aaron what he's going to do.
And Aaron says he's going to stay with Kaler.
Yeah, he wants Kaler back and doesn't want to bring back Daniela.
And then Rob basically asks if he can bring back Daniela, but then they also have this awkward conversation where he's like, well, we can't hang out if I couple up with her because that would be awkward, but and I literally wrote, but he will anyway.
Yeah. Aaron set it up too. It was very confusing. Also, Rob did tell Aaron to break it off with Daniela sooner rather than later so that she isn't blindsided or whatever.
Yeah, so
on the night of. But yeah,
get with her.
That was probably for Rob to just get with her. But then it was Aaron's idea and Aaron set it up and went to go and tell her about it.
But that's because I think he's just so nice that he doesn't know what else to do. He wants his friends to be happy, but he knows it's a fucking mistake because he talks about it later about how it's such a bad idea and he wishes he didn't say it.
Yeah.
Because now Kaler's going to have to see this girl all the time.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
And Rob should just be better than that, but he's not because Rob is disgusting.
Yeah.
He is a disgusting human being.
He's if he had any true friendship there, I think he should have just not done that.
Yeah. And also, who let you on Love Island twice?
Yeah.
One time was already enough of you. Nobody needs you here. Fucking weird. And you make everybody awkward. It's awkward.
I want to go back and watch when he was on season 5.
Yeah, but he was only in Casa.
That's fine, and it's only one episode we'll have to watch. Okay, so we jump back to the villa. Kaler watching the videos again, just walking around, watching the video over and over again. And the boys are like, hey, you're watching that a lot. Are you doing okay? And it was super awkward.
You said you weren't going to complain about her the whole time.
I'm just giving the description of what happened in the episode. This isn't even me complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Rob and Daniela chatting.
Well, we have Aaron and Daniela chat first.
Well, okay, yeah. They do a breakup.
And he was actually nice about it.
Yeah, super cool about it. And then Aaron was just like, but Rob, so I'm going to go get Rob. Let's go get Rob.
And then he went to kiss her and it was weird.
Yeah.
The thing was weird.
Yeah, he got up and was like, I'm going to go get Rob for you. And then he went to kiss her they're in a couple still. And he's just like, damn it, now you have to stop. And this is where I commented that I feel like Aaron finds a girlfriend no matter where he is.
Yeah, because he's too nice.
He's definitely a flirty player guy, but he definitely finds a girl in any boat cruise he's on as a deckhand, I'm sure, and then he's just girlfriend for the cruise.
Yeah. Anyway.
Can never be alone.
Rob and Daniela.
Then Rob and Daniela talk.
I found it just uncomfortable and awkward, and everything he said was weird, and that was the whole convo. And then he awkwardly brought up Aaron, which I also thought was weird.
Yep. And that they're both the same, but different. And then she calls them a golden retriever and a black cat. I don't know if that's this convo or another convo they have.
It was this one. And then she says that he was her number one when she came in, which I thought was also weird because that's not true.
Yeah.
It was always Aaron.
And
what are you talking about?
Rob basically says the same about her.
Yeah.
You were also my number one.
Was because he said her and Destiny were the two people that he was interested in at the beginning. She only ever said Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's just a weird...
Yeah.
It was a weird lie.
Yeah. Well, that's who you're trying to flirt with, okay? So you fib a little bit.
Stupid.
We go to Aaron and Kendall talking, and that's where Aaron says, oh, I'm regretting setting this up between Rob and Daniela because now I wanted Daniela to come back to the villa and, like, be on the show more. And then he realizes about Kaylor having to, like, be around Daniela.
Yeah, which is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You made everything much worse for yourself.
And also, just so we're cleared, the boys don't know what's going on at the villa right now, so they don't know that they have a video.
Yes, but Rob was always...
Aaron was
always
shit.
No, but Aaron always said, I'm going to be honest with her when I get back. I have to tell her everything. I have to be that person.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter because the minute, even if they didn't see the video, he would have told her all this stuff and then would have been like, that's her, by the way. Ha.
She's with Rob now. Everything's cool.
Which makes no sense and it's fucking weird.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all you got for that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Awkward. That was basically the word I used.
Yeah. Jumping over to Leah and Janae talking. Leah is more concerned about Miguel after she saw the video because, like, if you have Aaron and Cordell, the strongest couples, doing that kind of thing, like, obviously Miguel is probably doing worse.
You've been coupled up with him for a day. Obviously, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what crack she's on where this is the hill she's dying on is with this guy.
Yeah. Also, just go watch the video of when he got offered to go to Casa. He was so happy, so elated, such pure joy.
I just don't understand where she, like, why she thought she was, like, fucking queen of the world with this guy. Like, You guys were coupled up for a day. Nobody cares. Like, if the people who have been coupled up forever don't care, you definitely are on top of the list.
True.
You're stupid.
Janae isn't sure what to do because she's, like, dealing with this love triangle with her in the middle between Kenny, Jacoby, and Josiah. But she's definitely feeling Kenny more.
Because the other two are boring. I mean, Kenny's also pretty fucking boring. But
wow.
He's very boring.
We just haven't experienced Kenny enough, okay?
He just has no personality.
And
he talks so slow all the time. It's weird.
So rude.
It's weird.
Okay, so we go to the bedtime finally. None of the girls...
They all slept outside. Well, they didn't all sleep outside. They were all with Kaylor for a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all slept... Well, Janae and Nicole were the only ones who didn't sleep outside.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Serena and Kaylor.
And Leah.
And
Leah was also out there.
Yeah. They all slept outside, so all the boys had beds to themselves. Yeah.
So that was awkward.
Yeah, a little bit. And then on the guy's side, Aaron slept alone in a little day bed thingy.
A little too late.
Yeah. Also, George brought Nicole and Kaylor breakfast because George was sleeping with Nicole.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah.
Not sleeping with.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, and then I wrote, no guys are coming back to the villa, lol. Except for whoever Liv picks, because she's single, so it doesn't make sense to not pick someone.
Yeah. We jump over to Kenny talking to Catherine. And, yeah, Kenny seems pretty boring right now.
He's like, I don't like physical touching. Like, I'm just awkward. And then she's like, well, then let's kiss. And she's like, okay. It was just such a stupid conversation.
He was sitting there, and she came over and was just, like, coming on strong.
I came over here to kiss you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it devolved into. And then he's just like, I guess I'd be down for that. And then he's dealing with thoughts of Janae.
I mean,
and then Catherine. And then also Sydney. Yeah.
I mean, she was still less abrupt than Daya has ever been. That girl is way too, like, forward. Don't even argue that. Are you insane?
Okay.
Are you crazy?
I don't, like, Daya has peppered in her forwardness with her flirtations, and this is just forward.
No. I disagree at the beginning. She was so forward.
Okay.
It was too much, and then she continued to do it.
I do agree. She was very forward, especially with when picking out the beds or whatever.
Yeah, like, it was
and then
too
right
much.
before the lip gloss thing. Yeah.
And then I just wrote about how stupid Jalen is, because I don't understand why he pulled Kaylor and is trying to talk to her. And she's literally an emotional mess who's been crying forever, and she's pretending to be okay because she's on TV and you have to. But, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then asking her to kiss her? Oh, it was just so stupid. Yeah. Absolutely not. She's like, no, I can't.
Liv and Nicole were sneaking around, like, crawling on the floor to get closer to this conversation from behind without being seen.
Such a dumb chat. That guy's stupid. I know he's just trying to stay on the show, but, like, what a bad choice of people to choose.
Yeah, you should have tried with someone else, but...
Anyone else.
Anyone else would have been higher than Kaylor.
Yeah.
But whatever, you tried. And then we get Leah and Miguel both receiving a text at the same time saying that there's going to be a recoupling.
Hashtag Casa no more.
Casa no more. So they all have to either decide to bring back their couple, their new couple, or go back to their old couple.
And I wrote that Kaylor's dressing for revenge because she was really, like, dolled up.
Everyone was all like, I only needed more time, Cordell. I only wanted more time. One more day. Shit.
Yeah, right. One more day. Shut up, Cordell. Nobody likes you anymore.
I said the new Casa boys that are at the villa right now, they were cute getting dressed and, like, having shots, cheersing each other, being like, this is our last night. Yeah.
Because none of us are coming back.
Yeah. None of us are going to be here tomorrow. Yeah.
No one liked us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yes. Except for whoever Liv picks. You're the only savior.
So we go over to the fire pit and we're at the villa and then we're going.
Liv goes first because she's single and says that she sounds so desperate.
Yep.
I thought that was funny.
Yep.
Yeah. And she picks Kane.
Shocker.
Just a weird one. Kind of. I don't know. I think it's going to be a weird couple. I don't think she's going to work with anyone on the show.
Yeah.
So I feel like no matter who she picks, it's just not going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Then we go over to Nicole, and she says that she's going to stay loyal to Kendall. And then we see if Kendall stayed loyal to her, and we figured he would, and he walks in alone. Yay, Kendall.
And then Nicole cries, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody's stupid in this episode. And then it's Leah's annoying turn.
And she does not pick to bring Ignacio with her.
Because she's stupid. Picks Miguel. Miguel comes in with Sierra.
Yep.
Yeah, like, you're not. And not it.
And then Miguel has a little speech, and he's just like, I brought back Sierra because we were only coupled up for 2 days, and, like, I want to continue exploring that with you, so this changes nothing, but Sierra's also here. And then Maddox has to be like, you are officially coupled up, though, right now with Sierra.
He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Just a little cringy.
It was weird. That was stupid.
Yeah. And then Leah sits down and is just like, I still like him.
Because she's also a serial killer.
Yeah, she needs that toxic shit.
She probably likes that he brought someone back.
More drama.
Yep. And then Janae picks Kenny. And then Kenny comes back with Catherine, which I was so disappointed in him about.
Everyone was disappointed in Kenny about bringing back a girl.
Yeah, like, the whole time he was like, oh, I can't stop thinking about Janae and blah, blah, blah. And Janae did not take it well, though.
Like, Kenny didn't seem like he had a connection there until, like, literally that morning when Catherine was just like, pick me.
Yeah.
I demand you pick me. And then he clearly is just like, yeah.
So then Janae obviously speaks out because we know she's not going to just sit down. That would be insane.
Yep.
And she says she's tired of taking the L's. And somehow, I didn't like that Kenny was, like, blaming Janae and saying that, like, well, how am I supposed to know that I was going to trust you in this situation, so I brought someone back? Like, I don't know.
There's a lot of attitude that you're putting on Kenny. He was not that attitudey about it.
No, but what you're saying is rude.
Well, okay, yeah, but, like, they've only been coupled up for, like, 2 days.
No, I know that, but, like, that whole part of the conversation was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because it was rude to her for no reason. Like, that part, why did he have to say that? Because then he says, she asked who the stronger connection is, and he said Janae.
Yes.
Like, everything you're saying doesn't make sense, and then poor Catherine has to stand there awkwardly as you say that your connection with Janae, which has also only been 2 days, is stronger than yours. Like, it's just like, why did you bring me back then?
Yeah, poor Catherine. She's actually the biggest loser in this situation. I know it seems like Janae is, but it's Catherine.
Because it's awkward.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her. It was, that was very sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't blame Kenny, though.
I just didn't like that part of what he said. I thought that he could have just not have said that.
Worded it a little better.
Yes.
Yeah. And like they could chat later and fix it. It's mostly a problem of like being on the
like
in the
in front of
spotlight,
everyone.
in front of
Yeah, like
everyone.
it's just, and then that poor girl. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was just very unfortunate.
Okay, so he sits down, and then we get Kaylor standing up, and then she chooses to remain single.
Even if he comes back alone, she's just single now.
Yeah.
Fair.
Pairing up with anyone, not pairing up with Aaron.
And like it was a long conversation of her choosing herself, blah blah blah, and yeah. So that's fine. I agree with her decision. I would also want to do that. So
Yep.
all the power to her.
And then Aaron comes back, also single.
And then so awkward because he doesn't realize that she doesn't want to be with him or she knows anything. So he like walks in and he's like, yeah, let's go. And he's so excited.
Yeah.
And then they burst his bubble.
I don't know if they told Kendall already at this point, but I think they did tell Kendall earlier.
Kendall. Yeah,
that
Kendall.
like they had a video, and then Kendall spent like most of this time just like being like, oh fuck.
And
Oh, fuck.
cringing, yeah, because
Yeah.
he knows that they all brought people back. It was very awkward.
Yeah.
And then
Aaron
Aaron-
yells at Aaron.
yeah, Aaron and Kaylor kind of have it out a bit about the tape and blah blah blah, and he's like, we can talk about it later. We can talk about it later. And Ariana's like, hey, I got all the time in the world. And he just said he wants to explain after.
Yeah.
And then I did appreciate that she called out Rob and Kendall though for being shitty friends to her.
Yeah.
Because I agree. Like, Kendall has always been a really good friend with Kaylor.
Sure.
They show us them a lot, and he's the hype man for them all. And then he just, that comment he made about her was rude.
Yeah.
So
About Daniela not being Kaylor.
like it was very,
Yeah.
So, and then we get Rob.
Who brought back Daniela, and Kaylor actually clapped for this
Because she
because she didn't realize it was him or her.
Yeah, and then they're like, wait, that's the girl that was with Aaron. And she's like, is it? And they're like, yeah, that's Daniela. And then they kept asking Aaron, is that Daniela? And he just wouldn't answer. He just kept looking away. Or unless it was edited that way, but I don't know why they wouldn't show the answer because they asked him 3 times.
I think that making him be asked 3 times is more dramatic.
It was just very awkward. And then she realizes it's her and she was like, great.
Just fucking great. And then,
Everybody was so confused.
yeah, and when they sit down, Sinead's just like, Rob, we saw a video of Danielle and Aaron, so like we're just all confused why
Why you
Daniela's
with
with you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sinead.
And then Leah just rolls her eyes the whole time because Leah's a cunt.
Yeah.
So and then she doesn't speak. She just rolls her eyes.
Yeah.
So stupid. And only at Rob. Doesn't roll her eyes at anything else. Doesn't roll her eyes about Aaron, like, bullshitting.
Well, that we see. We don't know that. Maybe
I
she's a
doubt
bitch
it.
to everyone.
No, I doubt it. I think she just hates Rob so much. Even though she pretends she just wants him to be happy.
Yeah.
But not without her. God.
She doesn't want to be happy with him either. She doesn't want to be happy. She's a miserable bitch. She thinks being miserable and toxic is good.
So then we have Serena, who also chooses to stay single, the same as Kaylor, and she gives a little speech about how she's not getting treated like that and she has too much self-respect, and that's fair. I agree. I think you should not speak to him anymore.
Yep.
And Cordell came back with Daya. So I can't wait to watch these 2 people I can't stand on the show now.
I really didn't like Cordell walking in and like head down and shit, and like
And them talking about it.
Daya's just like, get your head up, like look forward. And I feel bad for her at this point because like Cordell's being a little bitch, and you have to own your shit. You've made this decision, so like don't make her feel terrible about being chosen.
Yeah. Well, and then they're having their conversation or whatever, and Cordell's like, well, the video was taken out of context. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
At all. The shit you were doing is the shit you were doing. Own up to it and grow up, because you can't now be like, well, that's out of context. What do you guys mean? No. She was sitting on you awkwardly. It was uncomfortable for everyone in the room. Fuck off, Cordell.
Yes.
You're pissing me off.
Agreed.
And Serena said she doesn't deserve it, so...
And she doesn't. This should be over, and hopefully it can be as amicable as possible, and they just don't talk, and he respects her feelings to be mad.
But I feel bad for her because she had already said, I don't want to be in the villa with the 2 of them. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And it is, and that sucks for her. So, I don't know. I feel bad for her because we know she's going to end up going home because, like, she's such a slow burner and it's too late now. There's no one else that you can, and you didn't choose someone from Casa. So unless you magically really like one of the bombshells, and even then, she's too slow because of all the shit that always happens to her, and this is happening again. I think she'll end up going home soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's quite possible. Or she forgives him and then they get back together and screw over Dea.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so this time.
Okay.
Usually I'm very on board with that, and I think that's what's going to happen, but I actually don't think Serena will.
Okay.
I think she's too proud of herself to do it somehow. I don't think she's like Leah. It's not like a toxic, like, oh, I love this shit. I think she legitimately does not like being treated with disrespect, and I think she's done.
Okay.
Whereas, Leah, disrespect me all day long. I think tomorrow's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Yes, it is. And we get a little preview, and we see Kenny crying.
Nobody cares about Kenny crying.
I care about Kenny.
Right. He picked wrong. He doesn't deserve love right now.
Wow.
Even though I wrote him as my favorite boy because I don't know who else to pick.
Okay, so your favorite boy is Kenny?
I put Kenny or Miguel because, I'm not offended by Miguel in this episode. I think he
was the piece of shit that he always is.
Yeah, I don't think he was off character, and I also cannot stand Leah, so I hope she gets to go home now.
Hopefully.
I hope.
Fingers are crossed.
I feel like she's not. I feel like the next bombshell, because I know who they are, because I saw the spoiler, I feel like she's just going to go after it. So, because she always does. She's got to stay in the show. Are you crazy? She can't go home. Who's your favorite girl?
I picked Dea because I feel so bad for her having to, stand there while Cordell doesn't choose her but brought her there kind of thing. I felt bad.
Miguel legitimately said nothing's changed and tried to pretend that he wasn't even in a couple with Sierra, and you don't feel bad for poor Sierra?
Well, Miguel,
that was more awkward.
I don't think that was more awkward.
I do. It's an uncomfortable combo.
That was kind of. We're right.
Catherine, who Kenny was like, well, my connection with the other girl is stronger.
I saw nothing with Catherine. I've seen Sierra and I've seen Dea.
Well, I picked Nicole because she's normal and has done nothing wrong. She has just been normal. She's a little mad at Kendall, but not mad enough to not pick him, and that's totally cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's a great choice as well.
Yeah. I hope you yell at him just a little for just being shitty, and then we move on. I hope she just says, you probably shouldn't be an asshole, and then there we go.
Fingers crossed.
Convo done.
Okay. Who's your favorite couple?
I put Nicole and Kendall, I guess, because they're the only one that doesn't make me want to rip my eyes out.
Oh, okay. I picked Connor and Andrea, the couple that never got to be.
What the fuck?
Because I hate everyone.
What's wrong with Nicole and Kendall?
They're fine. My second choice would be Aaron and Rob.
Okay, none of these are real couples. Who's your real couple choice?
If I have to choose, then fine, it's Nicole and Kendall. But
it's just because that's the only one that's okay right now.
It's Andrea and Connor. Get together after this. I
liked Andrea and Rob.
I don't like Rob that much, so it would have been better if Andrea hooked up with Connor later and then they got to win.
And Rob is a little trash goblin. I hope he also goes home soon.
Me too.
Goodbye.
Okay, that's it. That's all. See you tomorrow night.